Welcome, everybody, to Delco Has Spoken, episode 4. For the first time ever on the show, we have a camp mom, Sam, and a season 1 veteran finalist, Mitch, the sunglass man, Gardler. Give it up. How are we doing?
Going on.
Glad to have you guys. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to just jump right into the questions here. I assume you guys watched this week's episode. What did you think about the water bucket challenge that we had? Mitch, you were season 2 crew, and you and I kind of ran into some problems with keeping the hose and the water going. So,
Definitely. That water bucket challenge was pretty fun. Trying to keep the buckets full so that they could keep filling their buckets. I ended up having to steal the hose from the neighbor's house, and we had 2 hoses going at the same time. It was fun.
it was, I mean, that was a yucky one. Watching it with Becca, she was just like, I got
Everybody was
so
getting
wet.
mad. Oh yeah, everybody was getting mad because their bucket. They're like, my bucket's not filled with water. Why are you filling theirs? And then I was like, listen, I'll go grab the neighbors right now. And they were like, yeah, somebody like we need more water. So I did what I had to.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I was
Yeah, I feel like
thinking
we
about that.
started like running buckets in the house and filling them up in the sink. And then we were like, we got to figure out something else. And then he was like, well, let's just grab another hose. So that ended up having to be 2 hoses as we were still running water outside.
The crazy part is none of that gets shown in the episode at all. I'm thinking to myself, what do they have, unlimited fucking water in these buckets? Like, how is this possible? Like, the first people are getting sprayed with gallons of water. No, like, I was like, that's crazy. That's not shown.
Really filling up them buckets, I will say.
Yeah, if you go back and watch it, about a quarter of the way through, you'll notice the hoses randomly appear in the buckets. I saw that and I was like, oh, we got to talk to Mitch about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely spotted them.
That was a tough one too. I mean, you have like kind of every different spot on that challenge has its own issues because you're standing on top of the cinder block. You gotta throw the water to the next person. And if you don't know how to throw it, you're in trouble. And then if you don't know how to catch it, you're in trouble. And then you also have to balance. And then at the very end, you got to pick what bucket to dump it into. And then if you're holding the bucket, like the bucket itself hurts your fingers. Like I've had to hold those up before. That shit hurts, dude.
Now I give those guys props for holding them up that long because that's what I'm watching it back. I was like, oh yeah, I was like those kind of buckets definitely cut and dig into your hands.
Sam, what was how hot was it that day? Like, was it worth getting soaked, or was it hot as shit, or what?
I think they were pretty hot. Yeah. I remember that day being super hot. And then I remember a lot of people being like, all right, that water challenge actually wasn't terrible because it cooled me down. And then they were able to like dry off with the sun.
Yeah, it definitely cooled down Becca and Bree, I would say, more than more than anyone else.
Oh, absolutely. Being the first one, you literally see them get drenched.
So we gotta post that picture. Becca sent me a picture that I think Buddy sent to her, and he apologized. He was like, "I hit you pretty good with this one," and you just see a huge stream of water just right in the face.
And then the kicker is in this picture. You see Steve and Zave just sitting in the shade, just like watching it all unfold. And then you see Chris just like enjoying the chaos, like just loving at everybody else's expense, just loving it. It's hilarious. It's a
That's
great thing.
awesome.
Mitch, I'm gonna turn this over to you. The tile challenge that was right after that, as a player, are you pissed your team just won, like your tribe just won, and now you gotta still compete for an immunity that you rightfully just won? Like, what's your thoughts if you as a player?
Yeah, as a player, I mean, the double elimination was just insane. The fact that you're competing for a game that know that somebody's going home anyway. So the fact that they threw the tile challenge in there and did give somebody at least a chance to win immunity is crazy. But I mean, after getting soaking wet, roll all that water, and then now you have to go put a bunch of tiles together. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and
But
like you said, that the double tribal, like super scary. I mean, a- Ashley wins the immunity and then has to figure out how she's gonna like decide who to give the immunity to when it switches to the other tribe. Um, Sam,
crazy twist.
yeah, Sam, how do you think Ashley did with that? Do you think she did enough investigating at the camp? Do you think she gave it to the right person? What are your thoughts?
I definitely think she gave it to the right person. I think that it going to Becca was so important. Um Not that I didn't think she had any risk of being voted out at all, but just that she was a safe player. I would rather be safe and not have to worry about it. So I think Ashley did great by that. I think she had to choose between probably Lexi and Becca, and she was probably like weighing her options. And that's why then she just had to make the decision to go with Becca.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised when I saw it in real time because I know that Ashley and Lexi are like really close outside of the game, and I know like Ashley and Becca
Hmm.
are really close too. But I did,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I figured like maybe she could have got a hint from Lexi at camp that she was in trouble. But I mean, if she gives it to Lexi, who knows who goes? It could have been Becca, maybe Heather. Like it completely changes everything for the rest of the game.
Well, me and Rach were cracking up because we're watching it, and Ashley was kind of like being like kind of like under in the shadows. And then this episode, obviously, she wins the immunity, so like all eyes are on her. They were
Hmm.
sitting there trying to get information from her, like, bro, she just won the immunity. Buddy's like chirping her, like, so what's going on at the other camp? She's like, oh, nothing. Like, bro, this is like, what are we doing here? I thought, like, Sam, were you camp mom for that tribe, or were you
I was camp mom for the Green Tribe.
okay? So you're
So I was
watching.
there. I was watching this all unfold right in front of myself.
Oh, that's great. Are you, like, knowing that that's, like, about the like, who she's trying to pick, like, you're trying to gather your thoughts too of, like
Yeah, I was trying to figure out exactly like what was going to happen, who she was going to choose, and like what they were all going to talk about in front of her. If they were going to give her like any kind of information, or ask her questions. I felt like her being away from her tribe, that they were just going to bombard Ashley with all kinds of questions and just be like, oh well, what are you guys doing over there, and try to see how they're playing the game, and how it differs from how the Green Tribe was.
yeah, like, we ain't lost, bro. I don't know. Like,
They were keeping that information on lockdown. They were not giving
Yes,
up anything.
and like they were like nothing, like they were just quiet. And then she left, and they were kind of like talking a little bit more comfortably.
Mm. And it's funny too, because so you're at the Puku tribe as camp mom. So that's the
Mhm.
the tribe that's within walking distance. And I had the assignment on that challenge to be Ashley's chauffeur around everywhere. But
oh.
got
Oh
lucky.
yes.
Got lucky because that means I didn't have to drive all the soaking wet people because Ashley sat out in the actual challenge. So my car stayed dry on the drive back.
There you go.
Was this Tesla days or was this truck or
I actually stole Becca's car for this, so
even better? Even better. All right.
But
Oh, I didn't even notice. Am I
yeah.
tripping?
yeah, the vote jar changes throughout the seasons, and the one that he ended up picking for season 2 looks like a giant honey pot.
Yo, this is lore I haven't even know. What was
Yeah.
season 1?
Season 1, it was, like, black with, like, skulls on it and
Yeah,
stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
yep.
the skulls.
Yeah.
Oh, this is big.
Yeah, season 2 looks straight out of Winnie the Pooh, dude.
Oh, we got a little something going on here. Okay.
Little Easter egg for you going forward.
Yeah,
It's pretty good stuff, right?
change. You can't have the same props in every season.
Bro, you would think to cut corners, maybe we would, but I guess not.
All
No,
right.
we're out here just looking for urns at different places and what we can find on
Yeah.
what we can
Hey,
find
you
on.
done with that urn?
Yeah.
Is
This urn
that
looks
is that
good.
empty or
All right, let's talk about your guys' experiences on season 2. Sam, you've been a tribe mom every season so far. What's that experience been like for you? And do you think you would ever play if Chris gave you the call?
Ooh.
oh so being camp mom, I feel like it is right up my alley. I like taking care of people. Like I like trying to be like, what can I get you? Like making sure everybody's together. Like being the mom of the group is always been kind of my thing. I want to make sure that everybody has everything they need. Like, do you need food? What do you need? So being camp mom every year, I don't think I would want to play because I feel like I enjoy being in with everybody and knowing everything that's going on and kind of getting to see how it plays out. I also offer up my house for this, so I wouldn't want to not be able to, get something if somebody, needed it. Like whatever extra I may have in my house if we're missing something or whatever, the day of. And so being camp mom is just it's kind of my thing. I don't wanna stay away from Survivor completely, so that's why I do it every year. And I love it.
You're destined to be a camp mom. And we
Yep.
can't trust Mitch to just find anything. Now he won't know where it
Right.
is.
Right.
Listen, I
And
live
like
in this same house, but I ask her 1,000 times where stuff's at.
I get yelled at.
Good
I'll
lord.
ask where the ketchup is. It's on the door. You know. Got no idea.
Exactly. Or if I need to like run out and like grab something, I could do that,
Yeah.
But I just make sure like I like making sure that, everybody's on the same page. So if I can help keep the process going and be a camp mom because, a lot of people probably want to be involved in the challenges when they're on crew, and getting to be a part of that. And I just want to help and make sure that we stay on schedule and follow what the producers have created. They put so much time and effort into the schedule that, making sure we're staying on track, we're all communicating via text message throughout the day also definitely helps.
I'm sure Chris appreciates everything that you do.
I mean, what a heartwarming answer. And also to offer up your house and backyard. And like, people don't even like people like just coming in for a bottle of water. I mean, you got people 48 hours in your backyard, water's all your lawn's torn to shit. Like, it's just chaos. Like, what a just pays the fact that you guys are just like really good people. And that's just like another thing that this community is, I'm beginning to see is really starting to unwind. So it's awesome. Um, I'm gonna switch over to Mitch. You've played season 1. You've got to the very, very end. You played the whole damn thing. You were on the crew for season 2. What did you like? What's your favorite? What do you prefer? Like,
I'm definitely a crew guy. Getting to whip that golf cart around, so much fun. It's definitely better than suffer and try to play the game.
yeah. So Kyle was on last week, and he talked about this golf cart. I'm glad you mentioned it. I've been dying to ask you. Did we have the golf cart before this started? How did we acquire said golf cart? And are we abusing the golf cart going to and from, just whipping around? Like what like, give me a little 411 on this golf cart.
Nah, shout out to the Barlows for sure. My neighbors, they're great people, and they have 2 of them that they let me borrow for the filming. So driving back and forth to camps, camp was down the street, and it's easier to drive a golf cart than walking. So now they let me use it for the filming, and it became a huge part. Helped out tremendously.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like it's like neighbor of the year.
Yeah, I remember getting quite a few lifts from Mitch to go to the next spot I had to be at to record stuff. So, golf cart definitely came in handy. And we do have a nice picture of the season 2 crew on the golf cart. I'll throw that up in the video so people can see it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Sam, question for you. As the camp mom, it looked in that episode like there were a lot of people getting sunburnt out there, especially on the Puku tribe, which you're responsible for. Are you telling them to
Yes.
reapply throughout the day? I know that we
I
ran into an issue with Chris last year during filming where his eyes were swelling shut from sunscreen getting in there.
Yes, I that Chris's eyes, I felt terrible for. We had to flush them out, because they were just burning him so bad. I think I constantly say it, like, throughout the day, like, "Oh, make sure you guys are putting sunscreen on," like, wherever I am. I could be saying it to the cast members, I could be saying it to the crew. The first year we did it, I feel like we mentioned sunscreen, but not everybody brought it, and I feel like each year more people are bringing it. So I think that that's helping because in the first year, we didn't think like, oh, let's buy sunscreen and keep it with the camp. That way, if somebody doesn't have any, that they at least are putting something on. And a lot of the people on your tribe, they're also so giving that like they want to help you out. So like I remember so many times people being like, "Oh, do you want sunscreen? Like I have it," and like just lending it to people. I feel like I do say it a lot. And I was also making sure that people were like drinking water, even though they, no matter what, like as a camp mom, like we were filling the water, and me and Sammy Joe, like we just wanted to make sure that they at least had that at all times to be like refreshed and not being dehydrated in any sense. But definitely helps to remind people to put on sunscreen. It's just whether they had it or not in the beginning.
And it's funny you mentioned the sharing of the sunscreen. I bet people are using it like a bargaining chip. Like, hey, I gave you sunscreen. Maybe don't vote for me.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little game move, huh? That's not caught on camera yet that I saw.
Oh, listen, I had in my gameplay. There's so many of those moves. There's a lot after season 1. There was a lot in season 2 that got banned because of me. But I will
Troublemaker.
say I was. But I did say like in the morning. I listen now that it got real big and they have this thing catered. I'd be even more mad because when we played and we were hungry the next day on Sunday, and the film crew showed up with Dunkin' Donuts, hot coffee. Oh yeah, we're sitting around a campfire, miserable as hell because we just froze our ass off, and these guys are drinking hot coffee, eating donuts. So as soon as they walked away, I ran right in the hut and filled my water bottle up with coffee. And we were all sitting around the campfire, and I was like, "Here, here, here," just sharing it with people. And they're like, "What is it?" I'm like, "Just drink it." I was like, "It's hot coffee." So I was making some friends.
That's big.
Yeah, it definitely helped.
Mr. Troublemaker. Shocker.
You know what? On second thought, yeah, you got to stay on the crew, bro. You're starting to.
Like I said, after season 1, there was a lot that got banned because of me.
Hey, but that's
The
just the gamer in you, and
nobody's allowed to wear sunglasses no more.
True.
well, I think we'll get to the sunglasses in a little bit. Okay, so we have a Discord question from a season 1 player, Paige. And she asks, of all the tribes that Sam you camp mommed in, which one has been your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one. You see, the first season was all my friends, or like I knew everybody. So that one was it was kind of hard to really be a camp mom and be kind of strict with them. But they were they were probably in my top. Yeah.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Season
Mhm.
Wow.
1. Even though they probably gave you the most sass.
They
I would
did give
assume.
me the most sass. Absolutely gave me the most sass. And I took it. Um, season 2, they were all great too though, and some of the people I didn't know, so I kind of felt like I got to know them. But you get to know a lot of the players once you merge. But I think I have to go with the season 1. Even though they did give me the most sass. I did. Season 2 though was a different experience. The water.
In the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Season 1 gave you hell.
Season 1 did give me hell for the water because they swore that I put soap in the water jug and their water tasted soapy. And I was like, I did not. And I was like, if we really want to go back, I can just give you guys water right out of the hose. I'm going inside the house and giving you water from inside. And they said though, like we could make a rule that like we have to fill up these water jugs with the hose. So you guys are welcome because you could be drinking hose water.
That's got Tandan written all over it with the soap.
Yeah. No, well, I don't think it. Well, he was a part of it probably. The boys on that, they're the ones that started it.
Yeah.
So they are my go-to ones with the soap complaining. They complained a lot, and so I'll say shout out to season 2 and 3 because they did not complain. They were very, very respectful, and they were so appreciative too, which I really think has to do with why I like being the camp mom. And getting to do it year after year because then I get to like see other people challenge themselves and like have a really good time and see that they can push themselves.
And you're a part of that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And yeah, I saw I heard you say season 3 not mentioned in the favorite contestant. So we're season 1 or 2. It's clearly a 1, 2, 3. So that's and maybe that's to the fact that you knew everyone in season 1, like obviously, right? Mitch is there and everyone you can yell at. No, that's great. I think that's awesome. And again, just another feel good answer. I mean, this is just what a heartwarming answer we got going on. This is great.
Now, do you find yourself kind of like rooting for people on your tribe, like people in particular, because you've like formed this new bond being their mom for a day?
Yeah,
day and a half?
I do. Like, I feel like I'm cheering, but I feel like I'm cheering for all of them. And I feel for them when they get voted out because I'm like, like you're doing great. Like, I swear. And like, I just feel like everybody really puts it in to do a good job and like they play with their whole heart. And that even too is like, I feel more connected to them when they're on my tribe and I'm spending the most time with them.
That's good. That's awesome. I love that. All right, Mitch, on season 1, you found the first hidden immunity idol at the first challenge, thanks to Dave sharing his clue with everybody. And you chose to keep it a secret pretty much the whole game, even though Kylie kind of clocked you for quite some time. Looking back, do you think it was the right move to keep it a secret? I mean, you did get to the end, so.
I mean, yeah, I will say it was the right move keeping it a secret because I feel like, as soon as you do let somebody know that you have it, you're cooked. Dave sharing that clue, I mean, as soon as I got it, Dave was the one I told immediately that I had it. But there were other girls with us that when he read that clue, like Kylie, and so they had known that there was an immunity idol somewhere in that first challenge. So I grabbed it immediately, and then they were like, "Oh, well, what cone do you think it's under?" So I just started telling them random cones, and they were going over there kicking them all, and they were like, "It's not there, it's not there." And that's when we were like, "Well, it's probably under the orange cone on the other team's side." And that's when somebody ended up seeing Molly pick it up.
Yeah, so you got to blame Molly. Kind of a little scapegoat there. Okay.
Exactly. I just said, nope, I didn't get it. Molly got it. I was like, we all saw her get it. And, I just ran with it.
You even see in season 1, you see Kylie like take over some cones, and she's like, "Shit!" And then like every episode that she's on until she gets voted out is literally like, "Mitch has an idol. Like we got to get him out." Bro, there's times I'm just like watching conversation, like your name's in every conversation. It's like, "Oh, well, Mitch has one, but like we should vote him out," and then just immediately stop talking about it. I'm like, "This is crazy," and I'm thinking to myself, like, I know you like Survivor. And I know you're like, them sunglasses, you got the World Series of Poker face on. I'm like, this fucking dude's cool as a cucumber right now. This is insane.
Mitch, like, you kind of forced everyone, like, they know that you have the idol, but they just didn't have the balls to call your bluff, you know? They didn't flush, like,
Yeah,
the key to Survivor is you gotta flush them idols, and
absolutely.
Kylie was the
If
only
you
one
know
that wanted to
somebody has,
flush.
if you know somebody's got them, that's the person you got a gun for to get them to use it or lose it. You know, that way, if it does get put back in the game, it goes to your advantage. Maybe you can find it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I will say that looking back and not using it was a good thing until the end. But I feel like using the way that I rewatching it, watching the way Dave played his and the way I played mine, think that's kind of what hurt me in the end is I should have just held on to it and at my final tribal speech then pulled it out and been like, I had one the whole time, but I didn't even need it. And I feel like that would have helped, you know, helped me at least a little bit better in the tribal council to seal the win. But I just played it wrong. It was 40 or what was that one, 39 hours, man. By
That
that
was a long
time
one.
you're beat down. I was just ready to go home. But
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Dave pulled his out in, like, a big, like, epic move, and, I
epic
mean,
move. And you see my face in that episode. We were truly not
It
ready
panned
for
right
it.
to
yeah.
you, bro. Your jaw
Oh
was just
man,
like,
I
"Oh."
was not ready at all because we were talking right before that, and he's like, "I think I'm going to use it," and I was like, "For what?" Like, nobody's even said your name. And then we got there, and he's like, pulled it out and used it. I'm like, "For what?" As soon as they started reading the votes, I was like, "Huh? No
It's
way!"
perfect. But
Yeah, it was
to your
perfect.
defense, like, you played a good enough social game the whole game that you didn't need to use it. You always had the numbers. And if you ever thought
Yeah,
for a second you didn't, you had the idol, you know? So, yeah, you're probably right. If you pumped that up in your speech a little bit, maybe you had a little more to it, but I
yeah.
thought you played well the whole game, honestly. Now, if I mean, we kind of talked about this earlier, but if Chris gives you the call and says, "Mitch, All Stars," are you telling him now
Oh.
I got to run the golf cart or
Um,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
tough?
I think I'd be in for another game.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I mean,
that
so
is not a common
the
response
way
on this show. There's a lot of
it
people
is
that
not,
say, "No
I
way."
know. Me and Paige apparently have the beef, so if there's a villains, you know, me and Paige would be great. But now All Stars, I feel like it was up in the air for a while that I wasn't gonna do it. But looking at how productions changed and how fun it is to actually play, I'd get in the All Star game.
We love that.
There you have it, Chris. There you have it, brother.
Chris,
Write
get
down
him
the
on the
Exhaustion.
horn. Give
Give me
him a
that call.
call.
Was there ever a point in time when you had the idol that you were like about to play it but didn't? Like, was there ever a vote where you're like, ah, fuck, I might
Never,
just rip this?
never. So
Ice cold.
I
Ice cold
think,
response.
yeah, nah, because I just felt every time going into the tribal, going and talking to everybody, my name was never thrown around, you know, for ever for me to even think about using it. Every time I talked to somebody, immediately it was somebody else's name. Oh, I think we're going to go with her. I think we're going to go with him. And I was like, shit, as long as it's not my name, sure. I'm cool with that.
Now you said you told Dave like right away that you got it. Um, and you knew that he had one at some point. How early in the game did Dave tell you that Molly gave him
Yeah.
her idol? Because she emptied her bag out at a tribe. Like, was your head spinning when that happened, or did you already know at that point?
No. So there was a point in which I'm pretty sure it's on camera that the point that I found out is when I made the me, Paul, and Dave alliance. And I grabbed Paul and told Paul about it. And I was telling Paul, like, listen, like, this could be the final three. Like, I know Dave's on my side. Like, I have an idol and blah, blah, blah. And then Dave's like, well, I also have an idol. And I turned around and I was like, wait, I'm like, Molly ended up giving it to you, and he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, dude, I was like, that's it. Like, this is it. This is final three. And there was still, I don't even know how many people. I forget how many people
It's
were
probably
left.
like 6 or 7
But
at
it
that
was,
point.
I was
Probably a
just going to
lot,
say, I
yeah.
think it was like 7. And we had already locked in our final three and just ran the rest of the game with
That's awesome.
Paul. And I give Paul a lot of credit because he did. Paul was very sneaky, running his way through the game. And when he joined our alliance, it was just like perfect because nobody even really clocked it until it was too late.
Yeah. He was just a free agent until you guys scooped him
Yeah.
up. And he stayed sneaky. After he joined up with you guys, he kept doing his thing. Sit on the ground,
He
wait for
didn't
somebody to come
didn't
over.
make it noticeable or nothing. He just
Wiggle
kind
that
of
fucking
stuck
water
his
bottle.
way.
Just
Yeah,
going.
spin the water ball around.
Sam was asking me. She's like, "Did you play with your water bottle during the game?" She's like, "Every time I'm watching these episodes, everybody's just flicking the water bottle."
I know. You know what's funny? I noticed that like if there's something to appreciate in 2025 or 6, whenever this was recorded. Like you don't have your phone on you. You don't have like that easy like thing. So and not always putting your hand in your pocket. You don't want to look like standoffish. So you have to fidget somehow. There's no fidget spinner rewards, Chris. Get it going for season 3 or 4. But no, I've noticed that actually a lot, and even in season 2 they're doing it too. So it's funny she mentioned that.
So, Sam, being on the crew while your husband's in the game, I can only imagine how hard it is not to say anything to him. Were you finding it like really tough to just be like, "All right, Mitch, play your game. I'm not going to cheer for you. Just do your thing and leave me alone."
Yes, yes. I was so thankful that I was not in charge of him as a camp mom, because I felt like I may have cheered for him or tried to like it would have been hard for me to not let him, on to anything, and not like talk to him and share like any kind of information with him. Um, plus I feel like he he played a he knew what he was doing, and if I were to try to step in and, like, suggest something, he probably would have been like, "No, don't, like, tell me
No.
what to do. Like, I have this
Like,
figured
I
out, I don't
got
need your
this. Leave me
advice."
alone.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like he knew what to do, and I wouldn't have helped him in any way, but it was hard to also, like, not cheer for him, and, but I also being away from him, I didn't know what was going on with their camp and things like that, so it was kinda like, "Oh, is he still in? Oh, good, he is." So I did still have that, feeling in the back, like, "Oh, thank God he's still in."
Yeah, every time they go
Until
to
like
tribal, you're sweating it
yeah,
back at camp.
mhm, mhm, and I'm like, "What's happening? Who's getting voted out?" So
Now, is it cool too, like, now that you guys are on crew together, that you guys can kinda, like, chirp and be like, "Oh, I'm rooting for this person to win," like, stuff like that? And the fact that you
yeah,
have 7,000 people in your backyard too, which is just
yeah,
still crazy, like
yeah, I
Really
think that,
feeding each other information.
yeah, yeah, giving each other information is definitely helpful, and it's, like, also, like, I wanna make sure that, like, we're good hosts, so keeping sure that he knows what's going on and, like, that he's around if I'm down at camp, also kinda helps in me feel better too.
that just leads me to believe that he's asking where are all the eye level things because all men just don't know where things are
Mhm.
eye level. Um, I'm just speaking for myself here and most other men probably.
Mm.
So real quick, another question for Paige for Sam. On the same, path here. Was Mitch's game better or worse than you expected?
I think he did play better. His game was better than I expected.
Ah,
I actually thought that he was gonna eventually just kinda give up to the point where, like, he just wanted to not be hungry. Like, he was hungry because you're only giving them, you know, the limited amount of quantity of protein bars and
Yeah, what did Paul
nuts
say last week?
and
Dirt and seeds or whatever?
Grass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So we were trying to make sure that, it is hard to not have, all these good and tasty foods. And Mitch likes to eat sweets and stuff. So I thought at a point he would give up and be like, I just need real food. Like I need to go and friggin' smoke. Like I can't deal with this. So I truly thought that he was just gonna give up.
You could have
Yeah, I
snuck
mean,
him a cupcake overnight, just dropped it over the fence.
that would have been
Heck
allowed.
no.
That would have been good.
Heck no, I was not doing that.
Dude, real quick. I mean, just for everybody in this call here. I mean, I'm eating every 3 hours. I mean, look, I wouldn't even like the thought of not eating for like 10 plus hours or eating like Mitch, what was that like? What was that like for you? Because like, I mean, Sam's eating great. She's eating Dunkin'
Yeah,
Donuts
so
in the morning.
I'm a picky eater as it is, and I can't. So I'm allergic to fruit, and I can't eat fruit. And they brought out protein bars and a giant bowl of fruit. So I was limited to protein bars, and there's only so many protein bars you can eat in a day before your stomach is just like enough.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it definitely, and like I said, especially the next day, overnight, it's pretty hard. And that's why, like I said, that tribal council, I was just ready to go home. By that long of a time of not eating and, little sleep, you're ready to go.
Yeah, the brain's cooked. So like, I'm not surprised you didn't have like the perfect speech ready to go, and you had to
Hard.
be just mentally done.
After doing all those challenges. And that's why I think it's funny that Chris does the memory challenge on day 2 when you're really struggling.
Oh yeah, I mean I can't even imagine. It's funny to like think that we do this for like 2 days and it's so hard, and like on the real show they're
Oh,
going for a month. Like,
Yeah.
eating fucking coconut. You missed me with the fucking coconut. Okay? Jesus Christ.
although Mitch is good at fishing, so
Uh,
I think he'd be all right out there. I think he
Every
kind of
other day.
wishes there was
real
some fishing in Chris's
yeah.
backyard.
In a real survivor situation, I'd have no problem getting my own food.
You'd have been eating way better than Survivor Delco on the real show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right,
Sam will be back at camp like filleting the fish
Oh,
that he
yeah.
catch.
For sure.
all right, we've got another Discord question. This one is from Dave, the season 1 winner and Mitch's ally. What rules do you think they changed because of you? I know the sunglasses one for sure.
I'm trying to think, man. There's a couple of them that they definitely changed.
I think they had to be a little more strict about what you could put in your bags because they were worried about people sneaking stuff in because you had some thoughts to smuggle in there.
I got some things in that game. So to get me through, I ended up hiding some edibles in my clothes. That way, when they did search and they were going through stuff, they weren't looking in the clothes. They were just looking in the bag. So yeah, no, the searches definitely got a lot deeper and harder. But like I said, there was other, mischievous things that I was doing. Definitely camp moms now keep an eye on you. And there is no, you ain't stealing nothing. Going into the houses, used to be free game. Anybody could go in. Now, only one at a time.
Yeah, we even saw that this week. I was recording almost every one of those conversations at the bathroom at the Turkey Tribe. So I'm all too familiar with the sneaking around inside the house nonsense.
Bro, from Steve, from like a just like a camera perspective, you're recording like some pretty good content. Are you like doing this when you're recording, like covering your mouth, like oh shit, like I know this is gonna be on the episode, like
It's so hard to keep a straight face, and there had to have been so many times where something cool is happening and you're recording it and maybe you like make a face, make a noise, and then they look at you like, yeah, this is pretty sick, isn't it? You know? So I mean it's
cool.
definitely tough to like hold it together. And then also like when you was Sam said it about Mitch, but like I was recording when Becca was in the game. It's hard to like hold back when you want to tell your significant other or one of your friends, like, hey, there's an immunity idol over there if you take a peek. So yeah, it's you gotta be you gotta be a pretty good rule follower to be on the crew, I think.
Definitely cool with season 2, watching it back. There's a lot of things like when Jordan found that hidden immunity idol, I was the one recorded behind the camera. So it was like cool to like go back and be like, oh shit, like that was me recorded and like see it all over again.
Nah, that's awesome. Sam, did you do any recording?
Yeah. We did as camp moms, especially in the beginning. In like season 1, we didn't have as much help.
Mhm.
So we were definitely filming. And it was really cool that the film crew that Chris has, they like help you because like I've never filmed before, don't know what I'm doing. So like for them to like show us like what the settings should be and like even just like how to hold your phone so that everybody's getting like the same kind of angle is really helpful. To be able to know how to do that, and they trust us, and then you get to see some of your film in there.
Yeah, I won't forget being told, don't be afraid to put your phone in their face. The closer you get, the
Mm-hmm.
better. So they definitely educate you on how to do it right, and that paid dividends. This season is so good as far as the production value goes. Like we talk about it every episode. It's awesome.
Yes.
I was just saying to Sam, watching it back again, like just the amount of confessionals that they filmed in season 2 compared to season 1. Like you have so much more footage, and like Chris was saying, the more footage that he has to edit doesn't really. It sounds like it's worse, but it really does help him tell the story because they have the footage to be able to go back and put everything together, and it's really well done. I like the fact that there's a lot more confessionals in season 2 to be able to break everything down.
Yeah, and
I
interviewing
think
all these season 1 guests, it's been like, you guys didn't see this on camera. This wasn't on camera. This wasn't on camera. But season 2, it feels like almost everything is on camera that I care about. So
Well, because of what happened with season 1 and how we were telling Chris like how everything went down. He's like, season 2, you guys really got to get all that. So we made sure to get it all on film.
so Steve, there was a watch party, and Steve had told me episode 1's like, like a literal, like serious production. And I now I'm watching, right? Because I want to write some questions down for you guys, right? And I'm watching as they're doing a confessional. They're cutting the confessional, audio's still going, and then they're recording other things, like because there's so much footage, like they're telling 2 stories at once and condensing it into a 45-minute episode. It's fucking unbelievable. I mean, Chris Jeff is really stepping it up, and it all starts with the camp moms, the people recording, and like people tell like it's all. I'm watching it upgrade episode by episode, year by year. It's fucking awesome. So
and
you two should feel really good
Cool.
about that. Mitch saying yes in season 1, Sam maybe reluctantly saying yes season 1. Now, next thing, hey, at some point there's gonna be you gotta count. You gotta text me when there's 100 people in your backyard at once. I don't know if it's happened yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Um,
Or
and we gotta get Sal on crew for the next season.
I was texting Chris today. I said all this talking about it. I want to get on the crew. Fire me up for season
Yeah.
3 or 4, whatever. Um,
what would your position be? What would you like to do?
me.
I want to know what you want to ride around with me on the golf cart?
I
I mean, there's
mean,
extra seats.
my immediate thought was golf cart. Wherever you're at, I'm at. But we were talking about it, I think, with Paige and Dan. I think I want to do confessionals. I think I want to chirp. I want to like be like, wait, but actually tell me. Be like the evil therapist. No, but actually, like, let's dive into that. Like you said, fuck Mitch, but why fuck Mitch? You know?
Yeah,
I think
Sal's
you
gonna be
definitely
behind the
qualified.
camera, and you're gonna get the audio from Sal like asking questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to unmute. Oh.
Yeah, I think you'd definitely be qualified for that.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I'm good at pushing buttons.
We have
Gotta be.
another Discord question from Chris Jeff, as we just mentioned. Mitch, what do you think that you could have done differently to seal the deal, to win the game in season 1?
What I talked about earlier, I wish I did a different idol play. You know, instead of just using it to seal myself into the final 5 when I knew I was already there. I should have just had, like I said, held on to it and pulled it out at my last tribal and been like, hey, look, you know, game, I didn't even need it. You know, my name I think was only written down once, you know, looking back now that you have some sleep and some time
Food.
to ponder, yeah, some food. I think I definitely would have rewrote my explanation on why I should have won.
Yeah, they don't let you pop open the notes app on your phone to get something good going.
No, no, you got to come up with it on the spot, and I'm horrible at that.
That just reminded me, like, I think, you know, the best jury or tribal council at this point was that Dave idol play. Because as the viewer, you have no idea that that even happened, right? And I'm texting Chris as the episode dropped, like, there's no fucking way. There's no, and then it happened. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm so excited to see like some more in season 2, like more like tribals where it's not just like an easy vote out. And like now that there's a double, now both sides are like kind of on edge. Now it's not just one side's easy, one side's tough, right? At this point, you know, you guys helped. At this point, who are we rooting for as a viewer? Like, is there like what? I'm sorry, maybe not who. What are you rooting for to see? Like, what are you most excited to see?
Watching season 2, I'm more excited to see Jordan because he was just like me, popped that idol, found it, you know, right in the beginning. So I'm excited to see what he ends up doing with it. You know, if he holds on to it like I did, or if there comes a time where he feels like he needs to use it.
Sam, what about you?
I think I am excited to see more of how each player kind of goes about it in their own way.
I'm excited to
Yeah, I think
see
that
Puku maybe win a challenge here, potentially.
Yes.
I actually don't remember. So it's definitely going to be no spoilers. I don't remember if they won a challenge or not when we filmed it. So, um, so maybe I'm rooting for him. I mean, Becca's over there, so I want her to win something. But it's scary when she's going to tribal every week.
Rough over there.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And Becca's even like, I'm trying to keep the you know, the morale high, and then it cuts right to her like going like this. Like, bro, it's so tough. Like, no, like, and now we're eclipsing like hour 8, hour 9. Like I said, I eat every 2-3 hours. Like, it's starting to get. I would be annoyed at this point. Like, you're just getting fucking beaten down.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons, like, I would not be able to play because I would just be hangry and I would not know what to do because I would just want to eat.
I'm with you on that. We needed you to sneak some sort of performance enhancing food into your tribe's bucket over there. Every week we watch it, and shout out Becca's dad. He goes, Becca, what are we doing? Can we win a challenge? It's embarrassing.
You know, I'm assuming you three, you know, you were all on crew for season 2, so you obviously know a lot more than I do. I know next to nothing. Everything that I knew was episode 1 already done, right? I am looking forward to seeing like, give me a tribe swap. Give me. I'm now. I think we're at the point now too, and I said this to Rachel. I said, all right, I don't think there's any more easy votes. I think we're now starting to solidify. Like people got to start picking a side, and I love that Steve. I don't know. You might even have recorded this, Steve. Steve, season 2 player, said like, "Oh, I know Carrie, but like, fuck it, I'm not going down with that sinking ship." Like, I'm loving that we're already starting to get a little. We're starting to
Like I
twist that
know this
knife a little
person,
bit.
but fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck them. We'll talk. We'll talk tomorrow, brother.
Yeah,
Take care. Brush your
I'm
hair.
here for me.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see some of that, and like everyone's been saying, just the production value. I'm texting Chris after every episode. I almost feel bad though, because like he's probably getting 35 text messages from the players, the cast, or the production. But nah, it's been great.
I think he appreciates the text, so I don't think it's annoying.
Well, I'm gonna send him no matter what, so he's gonna have to deal.
Yeah. Here's a question, because I just actually don't know I don't know if this could be put in here or not. Whatever, we can cut it if not. The casting process. Do you guys have any say in the casting process? Like, yo, my buddy or yo, my friend wants to join. Like, here's their application. Like, has that happened yet?
I think definitely. Sorry, Mitch. I think definitely Chris has reached out to say like, hey, if you know somebody that wants to play, like tell them to apply. But I've never really like pushed for somebody to play. We haven't, I don't think we've gotten to that point. Other than people that like we need somebody like last minute as a filler. If somebody drops out last minute. I hope I can say that.
No, that's fine. That's already that's been
said. When he's searching for that last minute filler frantically because somebody dropped out the week before, that's when he's like, "Does anybody know who can play?"
Yeah, I have a bunch of people that have reached out to me about the next season. So I'm definitely sending Chris the hey, if you see an application, I can vouch for this person that they're reliable and won't bail on you last minute. But that's about as much as I feel like he takes from us. I mean, and
Yeah.
I think going forward too, it's gonna be a lot of I don't want people that know each other. So you got to kind of stamp one person, and that's what you got. So sorry to all my friends that are messaging me, but it's only going to be one of you.
The storyline, it's so cool too, because like he said, they're starting to branch out and out more. Like now we got like people in different tribes that don't know that they're together. Apparently we're hearing people from fucking Cambodia or whoever sending application for season 3. Like at this point, it's all about CBS is all but pick this show up at this point. I'm excited to see what happens.
Crazy how big this show's gotten. Like Chris said, on how he was walking down the trail and somebody stopped him and said, "Hey, you're that guy from Delco Survivor." I was on a job site and some guy came up to me and said, "Yo, aren't you Mitch from that Delco Survivor show?" And I turned around and I was like, "Nah." I'm like, "For real?" And I was like, "How did you hear about it?" And apparently he went to school with Nicole and seen it all over Facebook, so he watched it. I didn't even know the guy. Shout out Bruce. But I didn't even know him before then. And he was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I've seen the show." He was like, "I recognized you and thought that was you." I was like, "Oh man, it's crazy how big it's got."
Oh, that's
so cool. Oh, I couldn't imagine
Yeah,
that turning around.
I think sharing it on social media like it gets a lot of views for people, and then people then recognize other people playing or like, "Oh, you shared that. Like, were you a part of it?" So that's fun to be like, "Yes, I was a part of it. I helped behind the scenes and just supported."
Yeah, shout out everyone who's liking, subscribing, sharing. I'm gonna call out everyone watching this video right now. We've got like 21 subscribers, but I know a lot more people than that are watching this stuff. So let's hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We need it, and then go do it on all the Survivor Delco channels, all of them. Enjoy the Discord.
I will say the Discord, yes. The Discord's fun. Everyone's chirping after every episode, and it's starting to become, it's starting to get some buzz. So jump in the Discord for sure. Real quick.
The Discord.
That story at work is absolutely insane. Sam, it's kind of funny. You're like, yeah, I work behind the scenes, but how much time do you really got? Because I could tell you all of it in about 12 hours if you got the time. I got a lot of
Right.
shit. I've heard a lot of shit. I was at work and a coworker came up to me and said, "Hey, my friend just sent me this TikTok. Is this what you were talking about?" And it was like the season 1 TikTok of they posted something or Chris posted something. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly it. They're like, oh, well, my friend in Delaware like heard about it. I'm just like, this is fucking nuts. Like, so cool.
It is so cool. I think what you guys are doing is really cool too.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank
We
you.
picked up a podcast there. That's pretty sick.
Come on, man. Just trying to. Well, it's actually, I will say this. This is actually all Steve's idea. He texted me one day and was like, yo, season 2 is about to come out. You want to like start a podcast? I'm like, I mean, I love talking and we can spread the outreach for Chris. It sounds fucking unbelievable. Yeah, twist my fucking arm. So it's actually all Steve.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, Sal can yap. Let's get him on here. I know he'd be down for this. And I'm just thinking about like all the people that have been on the show. I'm like, I could probably get a few of them. And then so I reached out to a couple people, and then everybody said yes. And I was like, all right, we're gonna have to start putting like 2 people on an episode. It can't just be one person at a time. Then it was like, oh, all right, well, Chris, how many episodes are there going to be for this season? So I have that insider information.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right, let me book enough guests for every episode. And I did that, and then other people are reaching out to me like, hey, if you need anybody to jump on the podcast. And I'm like, we'll figure it out. Like, if there's ever a break between episodes like there was last year, we can squeeze people in there, but we're booked right now.
So mention Sam, and all the viewers at home. Steve's our guest guy. This is just his bread and butter. I don't think did we get a note yet? I don't think we got a note yet.
No, absolutely not.
That's the first note right there. That note was the first note we got.
That note was the first one. Yeah, everybody wants to be on it, which is awesome because I feel like it's just, hanging out with our friends, talking about memory lane here, and it's so much fun. Like I could talk about this
As soon as you're done playing the game, like the first season of people that played, we talked for months. All the gameplay, our strategies, like we talked about it forever. Then season 2 came out, and how tight the season 2 cast became.
Yeah, it's sick. I think the coolest thing is like us 4 could be drinking a beer in like 2 weeks and not even think anything of it, just because it's like we're just chirping, talking about Survivor. It's just that's to me my favorite part of this whole thing. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Mitch and Sam, we loved having you guys on tonight.
Yeah, thank you both for coming out. Camp Mom, season 1 finalist. It was great to have you.
I mean, I guess there's only one thing left to say.
Delco has spoken.